Hello my dear friend, I hope you are doing great. Welcome back to my channel. If you have not subscribed it, please subscribe it, press the bell icon, hit the like button also. Friends, as you know, we have already covered up to Constitution Amendment Act. Now I am going to start part 5 of the Constitution. That is generally talking about the executive. What are the part of our executive systems? The president is the supreme, like number one citizen of India in order of preference. Generally when we are taking or we are conducting any census, then in the order of the preference, president comes the first, and after that the spouse of the president comes in the enumeration or counting. And president is the executive head, and vice president, PM, council of ministers, these are the parts of the our executive. And slowly and steadily we are going to read about the each and every part of the our executive system. First, today I will discuss about the president of India. Up to article 51A we have talked about the DPSP. Now I am going to start from the article 52. Article 52 generally talks about the president. There shall be a president means we have to give emphasis on the shall words. It is a compulsion. Nowhere anywhere the position of the president cannot be vacate, means there should be or there shall be president of India at any point of time, because each and every bill or each and every constitution work is like incomplete without the presence of the president. Means there should be signatory authority, then only like government would implement all the things and legislative will come up the through new legislation work. This is the whole strategy. That's why it is short and crisp article, means there shall be the president, means presence of the president should be in compulsion, means it is compulsory to have a president. If the president would resign or president would be like not available due to death, then there shall be the president, vice president act as a president. If vice president is not there, then the Supreme Court CGI is would be eligible to become a president. This is the hierarchical structure and we have to follow. And if I will talk about the president, what are the electorate college, what are the powers of the president, what are the like eligibility criteria to become a president, and what are the like is president is a nominal head, president is a like whole authority of India. Then we have to discuss about the all the things slowly. Now just in the article 52 already I have told you. Now jump to the article 53. What does article 53 talk about? It talks about the executive power of the union shall be vested in the president only. Means what do you mean by executive power? Executive power is nowhere defined in our constitution, so that like that thing is not clearly mentioned or explicitly mentioned in our constitution. Then we have to go judiciary, means we have to go with the judiciary, and judiciary will interpret all the constitution framework, and accordingly we will able to make laws and rules. And if judiciary is not able to do all the things, then we have to approach to the constitutional expert. They will interpret all the things in the scrupulously manner, and then only we would able to listen, or we will able to like understand all the things in the great manner. That's why like it's giving a scope to interpretation of the constitution. Even so many judgments have pronounced by the Supreme Court, and they explicitly mention that yes, maintaining the social and economic order in the society is the power of the president, means it comes under the jurisdiction of the president work. And the if a social order, maintaining the social order also the and executive power of the president, and like maintaining the constitution order is also comes under the president power, which do not like does not prescribe in the constitution itself. And even like I want to give you very important case pronounced by the Supreme Court in the 1955. There was a case Ram Java Kapoor versus State of Punjab in 1955. It mentioned that carry on the administrative work of the our state is the generally executive power of the president. Means whatever the task we are the maintaining or meant to maintain the state in order, that is comes under the executive power of the president. Clear definition is like not explicitly mentioned, because they are describing each and every like power in this manner, that carrying on the supervision of the general administration of the states. Means carrying of supervision means president task is to make or carry on supervision of the administrative task of general administrative task of the state. But can you imagine, or like a normal people would not able to understand what they have pronounced in the Ram Java Kapoor versus of state of Punjab in the 1955 itself. But this clear like definition of the executive task or executive power is mentioned in the one like a constitutional expert, that his name is Wade and Bradley. They have mentioned in their book named like Constitution and Administrative. Like clear definition they have provided, that whatever residue means if we are going to separate the judicial power, and if judicial power is separate from the legislation power, then whatever residue has been left, that is called executive power, and that is the order, or that is the responsibility of the president to maintain all the things. This is called executive power. Now like what are the constitution position of the president? Because in the 1950 when the our like Republic Day we have celebrated, and our Constituent Assembly was ready to implement our constitution, that point of time Dr. Rajendra Prasad told, yes, we are not going to follow the president form of the government of USA. We are going to implement in India the parliament form of the government, where that queen in the that point of time Dr. Rajendra Prasad considered, yes, queen is the nominal head of the country, and whole power is vested with the minister on council of prime minister and the council of minister, and we are going to adopt the parliament form of the government. That point of time when like Dr. Rajendra Prasad like suggest all the things, and we adopted in the same manner. But once Dr. Rajendra Prasad he was giving a statement, or he was giving a lecture in the law college, there he mentioned a important thing. Yes, our president is not under the foundation of the any council of minister and president. Means that was not explicitly mentioned nowhere in the constitution, because generally when we are talking about the article 74 talks about there shall be a council of minister headed by the prime minister to aid and advise to the president. Means nowhere is mentioning that it is the compulsion, or it is the compulsory for the president to avoid by the aid and advice of the council of minister. That's why our first president gave speech in the law college, and there was a sudden dispute between the psychology or thinking of the that point of time Prime Minister Nehru and Dr. Rajendra Prasad. How we got to know about this thing, because a famous constitutional expert, that Subhas Kashyap, he mentions all the letters which happened or between the president and prime minister at that point of time. In his book, Subhas Kashyap in his book mentioned clearly that how they were in the tussle regarding the powers of the president and prime minister. Dr. Rajendra Prasad asked several times to the PM, yes, is it valid or is it authorized? It is compulsory to act on the aid and advice of the prime minister and the council of minister. That's why so many constitution amendment act happened, and that it was a long tussle between them. But in the 42nd Constitution Amendment Act 1966, there was clear mention that yes, there shall be a council of ministers headed by the prime minister to aid and advise to the president and there is a clear mention of that statement. Yes, president shall abide by the aid and advice of the council of ministers. That is mentioned by the Indira Gandhi in 1976 in the like bold letters. And in the 1976 Indira Gandhi was the opponent, and all the political party came together to defeat that lady. And in the 1970 election, like she got defeated by the Janata Party, and the Janata Party came into the power. That point of time, our Prime Minister Morarji Desai, like he told to the people, yes, I undo whatever the mistakes Indira Gandhi done with the constitution. I would undo all the mistakes done by the our like previous Prime Minister. Yes, up to some extent they were able to do all the things in the 44th Constitution Amendment Act 1978. But they have mentioned only one line. Yes, reconsideration power of the president they have extended. Means if a president is not happy with the like decision of the parliament or legislation, then he would refer the bill again to the legislation, and they can like remunerate all the things. And after that, the second time the president have to be in the foundation to complete the task, and he has to consider all the suggestion of the prime minister and the council of minister, like up to what extent they would able to repair the mistakes which have done by the or like that point of time Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. Even like 1955 like Ram Jawa Kapoor case versus state of Punjab, that clear mention that real power with the ministers. They mention this thing in the even like in the order of the census. Whenever we are counting census, generally we are like giving preference to the prime minister, like president to the first number, and after that we are enumerated the spouses and family members of the president. In this order of preference, he is the first citizen of India. But in the 1955 case, Ram Jawa case, it clearly mentioned that yes, that president is the nominal head and the constitutional head, not a executive head. Prime minister is the only executive head, and that has more explicitly mentioned in the Supreme Court pronouncement in the Ram Jawa case in 1955. And even like further the case coming into the limelight, and there was a case of the 1971, that UN Rao versus Indira Gandhi. And in that case, even like there was a tussle between the Indira Gandhi and UN Rao, and that clearly mentioned in Supreme Court, yes, all the executive power vested with the Prime Minister. And further, like in the 1971 case was there, Shamsher Singh versus state of Punjab, and that satisfaction of the like in that case Shamsher Singh versus state of Punjab, the clear mentioned thing, yes, the satisfaction of the president does not consider the self satisfaction. Satisfaction of the president consider is like satisfaction of the prime minister and the council of ministers. That things pronounced by the Supreme Court in 1971 Shamsher Singh versus state of Punjab case. And that's why like I already told you that in 1976 one line is added that who shall act, the president shall act aid and advice of the prime minister and council of minister. But 78 they reversed, and the reconsideration power was included in the constitution. And right now, like if I would talk about the in conclusion of all the things, what are the right now, what is the constitutional head? That president is the constitutional head and nominated head. He has to give assent whatever like aid and advice tendered by the council of minister and headed by the prime minister. That is the only power of with the president. Does like president, I'm asking you one question, does president have discretionary power? Yes, he has discretionary power. Only one case, which one? Like it is the solely discretionary power of the president to appoint a prime minister. This is the only where that president can implement his like own discretion. How can it possible? Because you might have seen several times that president is appointing the same prime minister who is coming with the majority in the Lok Sabha election, or like the alliance leader who are nominated, alliance who are nominated their leader, that is the president is appointing them only. But suppose if in the future there would be situation if no party is like able to gather the majority in the Lok Sabha, or no coalition is able to, they are not able to implement all seek or majority in the Lok Sabha, then this is the solely responsibility of the president to appoint a PM. Then only after getting nominated by the president, then he would able to prove his majority on the floor of the Lok Sabha, then only he would survive there. If that he would not able to prove his majority on the floor of the Lok Sabha, then he would not consider as a PM, and again the election would conduct. This is the solely responsibility of the president. We have to keep this thing on our mind, where that president can use his discretionary power. And generally we are considering, and we are following the norms of the rubber stamp. We are considering president as a rubber stamp. He has to give assent, and he shall to act, aid and advise of the prime minister and the council of minister. Already these things have been pronounced by the Supreme Court several times. Even our constitutional experts are propounding this type of philosophy and psychology. And now I am going to jump about the what are the parameters of the selection of the president. And now we will discuss about the electoral college, that indirect election would be there for the president case, and that proportional representation system, and the single transferable vote, and the next one is secret ballot system we are implementing in the president election. We have to keep this thing in mind, that one is the indirect election, the second one is proportional representation system, the third one is the single transferable vote, and the fourth one is the secret ballot we are implementing. And what does Article 54 talk about? The Article 54 talk about the that what are the electorate for the president election. Means please keep this thing in mind for the preliminary perspective. The first one is the only elected members of the parliament. Means president election would be conducted, or would a vote would be given by the only elected members of the parliaments. It means Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, elected member, not nominated, because 2 members are nominated in the Lok Sabha and 12 members are nominated in the Rajya Sabha. They would not eligible to give vote to the president. And even elected members of the state legislative assembly, means one nominated member would be there in the legislative assembly, and he would not able to, or she would not able to give vote to the president. Even legislative council member are not allowed to give vote to the president election. That is enough for today. Tomorrow I would discuss what is the single transferable vote, what is the indirect process of the getting giving votes to the president. Thanks for watching, and please share my video if you are liking my initiative, because I am totally packed with my schedule. But for the the students who are really need, I am making video on the daily basis. Please support my initiative. Thanks for watching. Bye.